This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here are today's top stories from Armenia, Nagorno-Karabakh, and the region. Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev has indicated he would be willing to lift his blockade of the Lachin corridor if a long shuttered road connecting Nagorno-Karabakh and Azerbaijan via the town of Aghdam is reopened first. Aliyev made those remarks in a call yesterday with French President Emmanuel Macron, who spoke earlier in the day by phone with Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan about the humanitarian crisis unfolding in Nagorno-Karabakh. According to a readout of the talks from Baku, Aliyev noted that following the opening of the Aghdam road, the Lachin road can be used by observing Azerbaijan's customs and border regime rules. Paris did not immediately comment on the call. Last month, Azerbaijan put forward a proposal to deliver humanitarian aid to Nagorno-Karabakh via Aghdam, a ruined town Yerevan ceded to Baku after the 2020 war. The authorities in Stepanakert have repeatedly dismissed that prospect, arguing it would legitimize Azerbaijan's ongoing blockade of the Lachin corridor, the sole overland route connecting Nagorno-Karabakh and Armenia. Azerbaijan has blocked nearly all traffic from using the Lachin corridor for more than 8 months, pushing Nagorno-Karabakh's roughly 120,000 Armenians to the brink of famine and prompting warnings of genocide from the former chief prosecutor at the International Criminal Court. Earlier this week, Macron said France demands full respect for the Lachin humanitarian corridor and pledged to again take a diplomatic initiative in this direction internationally to increase the pressure. In related news, trucks belonging to the Azerbaijan Red Crescent Society carrying 40 tons of flour reached Aghdam yesterday, hours after Azerbaijani state-run news agencies said Baku intended to deliver the supplies to Stepanakert. As of this afternoon, the trucks reportedly remained stuck in Aghdam, with Russian peacekeepers deployed to the area blocking them from moving forward. Meanwhile, more than 1,000 people gathered in the nearby Nagorno-Karabakh town of Askeran last night to set up preemptive barricades on the road in case the peacekeepers allow the trucks to move forward. Our goal is to prevent that flour from entering Artsakh. They are slaughtering us and then bringing us flour, Askeran resident Alla Arzumanyan told CivilNet's Nagorno-Karabakh team. A spokesperson for Nagorno-Karabakh President Araik Harutyunyan has indicated his administration had not agreed to the delivery and would not accept the aid. Yesterday, Nagorno-Karabakh instituted new rules limiting each family to purchasing just one loaf of bread per day, as supplies of flour continue to dwindle. In another related development, the mayor of Paris, Anne Hidalgo, and a delegation of other French mayors and officials arrived in Yerevan today to escort a convoy of 10 trucks carrying humanitarian aid for Nagorno-Karabakh to the entrance of the Lachin corridor. The supplies were donated by the Paris city government and other French municipalities and arrived this afternoon in Kornizor, the final village before the corridor begins. They joined a convoy of trucks sent to Kornizor last month by the Armenian government. Those trucks, carrying more than 350 tons of basic foodstuffs, have been blocked from moving forward for weeks by Azerbaijan. Speaking with reporters today in the town of Goris, Hidalgo pledged she would push for France to introduce a binding resolution at the powerful United Nations Security Council to address the humanitarian crisis in Nagorno-Karabakh. The council met earlier this month for emergency talks on the matter. In other news, Yerevan municipality has announced the city's first ever Openair Opera event set to take place next month with performances by a number of renowned artists from Armenia and around the world. The performances will run from September 12th to 15th at Tumo Park and will be open to the public. They follow up on a similar open-air ballet program put on by the municipality earlier this summer that saw thousands of attendees gather every evening. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 93.9. That's the percentage of primary school-aged children in Armenia who are formally enrolled in classes, according to the latest figures from Armenia's state-run statistical committee. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground in Armenia, Nagorno-Karabakh, and the region.